Congratulations. 9 seasons, 8 years on the Goldbergs. It is just a juggernaut of a comedy show. I'll start with Hayley. Hayley, is that because the writing is always so crisp?
That's how I feel. When I first auditioned for the show, the writing is what really stood out to me. I just think it's hilarious. They do a great job of finding that balance between funny and heartwarming. And I think that they've carried that on for 9 seasons. And thankfully, that's why we've been on the air for so long. So I would credit the majority of it to that.
Sam, tell me a little bit about the evolution of your character, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff started in the second season as one of Barry's friends in the JTP, which is the Jenkintown Posse, and they were kind of just dumb kids together. And then he had this giant crush on Erica, and then year after year they kind of built this will they won't they, and at first he likes her and she doesn't like him, and then he has a girlfriend and she doesn't, and then she likes him, and then it finally led up to, I think, in season 5 where we get together, and ever since then, they're like soulmates and kind of a really, really sweet couple, and now it's led to this moment of them being engaged and going to get married this season. So it's been like, as a fan of the show, I mean, it's just been an insane ride. The fact that it's now in season 9, planning the wedding. Who knows what'll happen after that? I mean, it's just a really, really crazy experience.
And the audiences are going nuts over this as well. This is always in the top shows on television. Hayley, your character, Erica, she's gone through a lot, and she's really kind of a deep character, isn't she?
Yeah, she's got a lot to unpack. She started out as kind of being that sort of nerdier character or like nerdier kid in middle school, and then by high school kind of had this glow up moment and wanted to be popular, but all the while she still is this kind of like nerd weirdo on the inside. And so I think you get elements of that. But I also think that through her relationship with Jeff, she's been able to grow a lot, and so has he, because they really challenged each other as individuals and trying to also grow in their relationship. And so it's been really fun to kind of see her blossom a little bit, as well as Jeff, in the last couple seasons.
Sam, what's it like working with people like Jeff Garlin and Wendy and I'm going to reserve a little question about the late George Segal in a moment, but you have a spectacular cast.
It's a insane cast. It's crazy. Yeah, I pinch myself a lot. I was a fan of Curb before I came on the show, and so meeting Jeff was crazy. And I told Jeff when I first met him that at one time I walked up to him at a movie theater and was like, "Oh my God, I'm such a big fan!" And like I told him that I want to be an old Jew like him and Larry David someday, and so that was just a random thing that happened. But yeah, Wendy is so funny, and I break all the time because she'll try something new in a take that I didn't know was coming, and she's just so brilliant and so professional and sweet, and it is an insane situation. But I think that's why the show's been so successful and why we're in the 9th season is because of this cast.
Hayley, working with the late George Segal, I mean, it had to have been butter. It had to have been one of the best experiences of any actor's life.
Absolutely. I mean, he's just such a legend, and the way he carries himself on set, he's so professional, but also hilarious and personable to everyone on set. I mean, to me, he was the epitome of like what an actor is supposed to be like on set. He's just incredible. And there was nothing in the world like his laugh. He had the greatest laugh of all time. And it was always so fun to try to get him to go there. So we really do miss him dearly.
And a hell of a banjo player.
Incredible. Thank God they had him play that a few times throughout the seasons. And it was always just so like, where did you figure that? Like, where did you learn that? And watching the clips of him on talk shows where he would bring it on, so amazing.
Well, Sam, in a nutshell, what do you think audiences are going to take away from this new season?
I mean, I think it's another really just fun season, and Adam is graduating high school, and Jeff and Erica are getting married, and now Barry's in a relationship with Jeff's sister, Joanne. I think it's just going to be a really, really fun, I mean, hopefully not the last one, because we would hate for this to be over, but I think the wedding is really going to be a special moment, and it's all these years have led up to this, and seeing the families together, and yeah, I think it's going to have some really funny and heartfelt special moments.
Hayley, I'm going to give you the last word. What are audiences getting out of the Goldbergs these days?
Oh man, I think one of the reasons why we've gone on for this many seasons is because it is very relatable. I think that no matter what your background may be, there's something in each relationship that you can find and relate to, or lessons learned that maybe you're relating to in your own life. That's something I experienced in playing Erica, as I found myself in a parallel life with her quite often. So I think it's just in that way very relatable, but also nostalgic for people who grew up in the 80s, and getting to watch that as family, and let your kids kind of learn from what life was like, only a few decades ago. I think it's what makes this show really special.
It is. It's a very, very special show. Keep the fun up, and hopefully we'll see you on the next season, on the next premiere.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Hopefully.
Thank you.
You guys take care.